logistically,
Okay.
it's pretty demanding, actually. It's a whole bunch of horses in the middle of nowhere, and the whole thing. So don't do it too soon. That's my advice.
We're here to chat about The English, which is a Western drama that you've created for BBC Two, and in the US, it's going to be on Prime Video. Exactly. Gosh, what an intense series. Hugo, I would love to know a little bit about where the story came from for you and how this project developed into what it is now.
Yeah. Well, there's two forms in that. I mean, the Western part of it is that you'll know that Jimmy Stewart, well, you might not, but I'm going to tell you that Jimmy Stewart once said that the Western is the purest form of cinema, right?
I have heard that quote.
I think he meant by that it's about one man in a landscape, and the bigger the landscape, the more pressure psychological upon him. And I took that to heart. I think that's absolutely right. It's an essential kind of operatic space, elevated space, to tell these mythic tales about individuals against everything, the system, the environment, everything. And they're going to come out the other end and hopefully succeed. So there's that. But as a person, I was sent out to Montana as a boy, or as a young man, sort of straightened me out, and in my rear view mirror of my truck, I remember you kind of just got the dust of the Old West, right? Disappearing dust, even though it was 1980, disappearing dust. And I genuinely did get to see something of the wonder of the West and some of the problems that left behind. And I knew I wanted to make a Western because I think it is the purest form of endeavor, as it were. And I knew I had a particular angle on it eventually that I wanted to take. I just also knew that it was something you have to wait a while to do, because logistically, it's pretty demanding, actually. It's a whole bunch of horses in the middle of nowhere, and the whole thing. So don't do it too soon. That's my advice.
One thing that I want to touch on before our time is up is you mentioned the idea of mythic, and I was curious if some of the plot or narrative for the show is based in any way on like the Odyssey, because I kind of got that vibe.
Well done. I mean, that's absolutely right. There is a Grecian quality to that but that's what I think the Western is. I think it's the American exercise in the Greco kind of traditional culture of endeavor. People go on this journey. They have an idea when they start out what they're going to do. And at the end of the journey, there's someone else, so they don't need to do it anymore, or they do, or whatever. It's got this essentialism about self-identity. You lose your identity at the beginning of a picture, you reclaim it, and then because you reclaimed it, what was the purpose of your journey? Because it might have changed. It happened in Unforgiven. It happens in, any of Anthony Mann's pictures. It happens all the time in the Western. That's what it's about. And The English is it's just the same. So that's its purpose.
That's awesome. Well, look, it's a fantastic, thrilling, unpredictable Western series, and it's coming to Prime on November the 11th. That's when it kickstarts off on Prime. Hugo, thank you very much for your time today. I really appreciate it.